The M1 Abrams tank was designed to be a formidable weapon against Soviet-made armor, and it has a track record of defeating Russian tanks while protecting its crew of 4. However, it is not invincible, and there have been reports of M1 Abrams tanks being destroyed in combat. In addition, the effectiveness of a tank in combat depends on a variety of factors, including the skill of the crew, the terrain, and the tactics employed by both sides. Therefore, it is impossible to say definitively whether an M1 Abrams tank could destroy a convoy of Russian tanks without more information about the specific circumstances of the engagement. Hey there! Exciting news on the front lines in Ukraine. The American-made M1 Abrams tank has rolled onto the scene, bringing with it a hefty dose of heavy-duty, combat-proven armor. But it's not just another piece of Western weaponry, it's a specialized machine built with a singular purpose: taking down Russian tanks. This tank, as described by Robert Greenway, an expert from the Hudson Institute, was designed to do one thing exceptionally well: kill tanks. Now, let's dive into the details. According to 2 former US Army officers with direct experience on the Abrams, this might just be the top tank Ukraine has received in the ongoing conflict. Its combat-proven track record for defeating Soviet-made armor while ensuring the safety of its 4-person crew is impressive. And just in the nick of time, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the arrival of these tanks to aid Kiev's counter-offensive, which has been making promising progress against Russian defenses in the south. US officials have confirmed the delivery of 2 platoons worth of Abrams, with the rest of the 31 promised tanks to follow in the coming months. Even this initial delivery could be a game-changer, but the effectiveness of the Abrams in the Ukrainian conflict remains to be seen. The M1A1 Abrams has a rich history, notably in the Gulf War of the early 90s, where it proved its mettle by defeating Iraq's Soviet-era tanks. Despite newer models like the M1A2, the M1A1 remains a powerful force, as explained by Greenway. It's an infinitely superior system. The A1 may be old, but it's far superior to anything that the Russians have. The anticipation for the arrival of these US-made tanks has been high, with President Joe Biden emphasizing the need for Ukraine to counter Russia's evolving tactics. The decision to expedite the delivery with M1A1s rather than the newer A2s showcases the urgency in providing support. And it's not just the United States. The UK, Germany, and other European partners have plans to supply Ukraine with Challenger and Leopard tanks. As military expert Gentile notes, even the Russian T-90M is inferior to these Western tanks, citing their lighter build and inferior optics and fire control systems. But what sets the American-made Abrams apart is its robust armor. During the Gulf War, the tanks demonstrated resilience, with multiple instances of enemy fire bouncing off while still maintaining their offensive capabilities. Yes, the armor comes at a weighty cost, making the Abrams significantly heavier than Russian tanks. However, this weight provides unparalleled protection for the crew, a critical factor in the heat of battle. On the opposing side, we have a convoy of Russian tanks known for their rugged durability and firepower. These machines, a mix of battle-proven designs, are a formidable match for any adversary. As our story unfolds, the clash between American and Russian tank technology promises to be both intense and captivating. The heart of any tank is its firepower, and the M1 Abrams stands tall in this department. The 120mm smoothbore gun is the backbone of its offensive capabilities, capable of launching a variety of projectiles with precision and devastating impact. As the tank crew maneuvers to engage the approaching Russian convoy, the focus is on using this firepower strategically. In the world of tank warfare, survival often depends on the effectiveness of the armor. The Abrams boasts composite armor that combines layers of steel, ceramics, and depleted uranium, providing an exceptional level of protection. As the Russian tanks close in, the crew of the M1 Abrams relies on the tank's armor to withstand incoming fire and secure their position on the battlefield. The battlefield is not just about firepower and armor, it's also about strategic maneuvering. The M1 Abrams is known for its agility despite its massive size. The tank crew utilizes advanced technology, including a robust navigation system and reactive armor, to outmaneuver the approaching Russian convoy. Every move is calculated, and the crew's training becomes crucial in gaining the upper hand. In the modern era, electronic warfare plays a pivotal role in tank battles. The M1 Abrams is equipped with state-of-the-art electronic countermeasures to disrupt the communication and targeting systems of the Russian tanks. This electronic warfare dance adds a layer of complexity to the clash, as each side tries to gain an advantage in the battle of wits and technology. Behind the scenes, the success of any tank operation relies on logistical support. From fuel and ammunition to maintenance and medical aid, the support team ensures that the M1 Abrams remains a formidable force on the battlefield. As the clash with the Russian tank convoy unfolds, the logistics team works tirelessly to keep the tanks operational and ready for action. Ukraine has relied on Western-donated equipment to prepare for the offensive. In many areas, such as tanks, NATO and Ukraine's other allies have provided a good amount of equipment. However, the donations are inconsistent, and the result has put the Ukrainian military in a challenging position. One major shortcoming that has left Ukraine's offensive in the lurch is the lack of engineering equipment. Ukraine has received only 15% of the demanding equipment it asked for. Demining equipment was crucial for the offensive, allowing Ukrainian forces to breach defensive mine belts laid by Russia to slow an attack. This lack of equipment has taken a toll on Western-provided tanks, many of which have fallen victim to anti-tank mines. The Abrams is an excellent tank, and it is good they were sent to Ukraine. The problem is that the Biden administration has been inexplicably stingy, providing just 31 tanks when it could easily provide 310. The Ukrainian troops manning the tanks might be among the best in Europe, but no matter how good they are, their unit will likely be swallowed up by a massive conflict that has ground down two of the world's largest armies in a brutal war of attrition. American tanks could make a decisive difference in Ukraine, but these won't just yet. So there you have it, the M1 Abrams, a formidable force on the Ukrainian front lines. We'll be keeping a close eye on how these tanks impact the ongoing conflict. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest developments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.